For those that don't know me, my name is Stephen Grosse. I play guitar here, obviously. Today I was going to talk to you about music and what we're playing and its relationship, the relationship between God and music itself. There's a lot of, I guess, superstitions about music and its relation to the church. Some religious people think that certain types of music should not be listened to, that it is the work of the devil. If anybody here listens to metal, the band Slayer, Cannibal Corpse, anybody know them? Yeah? Yeah. No. That band came out in 1978. How are you too old for that? We have different estimations on age then. Slayer, Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, recently today, Lamb of God, just some really crushing metal. There's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people protest these people's shows. They go with their picket signs and they march around and they say, this music is the devil's music. We don't want to listen to this. Our children shouldn't be able to listen to it. If you rewind the clock about 40, 50 years ago, the same people picketed the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. If you rewind it even further than that, people picketed Duke Ellington and the big band, the big, era. If you rewind it even further than that, people picketed Paganini because his violin caprices were too chaotic and too virtual. Even further than that, to the very foundation of Western music, Gregorian chant, the trisyllabic meter, the diatonic triad was completely banned from the church. They call it the devil's triad. It's a very dissonant sound. A lot of metal players play it actually, just to, Music is, and the reason why I bring all this up, the types of music that people don't want to listen to or don't want you to listen to, is that music is really the only art form that produces this type of result. I mean, really, if you're an artist or a sculptor, you have to do something pretty vile in order to get everybody up in arms. That fella up in New York that peed into a glass with a crucifix in it, that's kind of like the thing that makes people mad with art. But music, you can do the most simplest thing, and people will go either bonkers crazy for it or they will hate it completely. There's hardly any middle ground with music, and that's because people are hardwired to respond to music for some reason or another. We look for it everywhere. When you're walking down the street, you listen to the car horns that go down the road. You listen to the tires hitting the asphalt, the birds in the sky, the planes above you. All of it creates kind of harmony. And when we refer to harmony, we refer to as melding together to create something pleasing to the ear or to the eye or to the soul. When we say we live in harmony, that's what we mean. Everybody is living together in harmony and is pleasing to the soul and is pleasing to God. Music is one of the few art forms that allow you to almost directly connect to God, to really get to know Him more and appreciate His creation, because you in turn are creating something that can be admired by multiple people. And you can produce these results by writing your own music or playing music by other people. And because you can do that, you are connecting with the creator of it all. Anytime you create anything out of love or passion, I think is a better word to say it, you are connecting to God.
Come on.
I will. Playing music isn't easy. It's not. A lot of people know that. Most people know that. A lot of people will come to me and say, I picked up the guitar once, I learned a couple chords, I couldn't make my hands do it. Or more importantly, I started guitar and switched to bass because, it was too complicated and stuff. And music is the simplest thing. You don't have to go to school for it. It helps. But you don't have to go to school for it to become the most preeminent musician of your time. Rarely in the last 100 years have anybody ever gone to school for it. They just played what was on their heart. They played what was in their soul, which is what we do here up on every Sunday. We get up here. We didn't write. Some of the songs we do write. Some of the songs we don't write. But we get up here, and this is our form of worship. This is how we connect to God. Because none of us can draw, so we have to play music. By the way, the people at the nursing home, if you're watching this, I don't know how to draw, so please stop asking me to lead an art school in the nursing home. I draw stick figures. I'm really good at that. God leads us in prayer. It's been said that in music, it's been said that mathematics is the language of the universe. It's the language in which God speaks to us through rules, foundations. That's how he shows his love, really, is by showing that he's created this, and these are rules that we can't help but follow. We have to, because you can't violate the laws of physics. If mathematics is the language of God in the universe, the music is most definitely the soul of the universe, of God. Because everybody has a favorite song. Every person in here, all of y'all, have a favorite song. Rarely does anybody have a favorite math formula. You know? If you read, you have a favorite book. But there's not everybody reads. Some people can't. I'm not saying nobody in here can. Some people can't. Some people have a favorite book, some people don't. Some people have a favorite piece of art, some people don't. Everybody has a favorite song. Everybody has a song that they absolutely hate. I have tons of them. Can't stand half the stuff that's out there now. But that's okay, because this is the mechanism that God has given us. God has given us this avenue to travel down. When words fail us, when actions just don't seem appropriate, we can sing. And for just a moment, we can pretend that we are in that heavenly choir. Because every time we sing for him. Whenever there's love and passion and enjoyment and fulfillment and guidance, he is there. And the song can really be about anything. It could be about the doggone devil. Who knows? It doesn't matter, because the devil has no control over your heart and your soul, and that's where music comes from. So, I would like to, in closing, I would just like to remind everybody, there's a lot of music out there. Not a lot of it's great. Some of it's good. Some of it's fantastic. Like, I'm a real big fan of the Beatles. You know, John Lennon was a really cool cat. Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo. Well, not so much Ringo. Y'all know the truth on that. There's a lot of music out there that you're going to like, and there's a lot of music out there that you're going to hate, and there's a lot of music out there you're just going to dismiss offhand. Like music that's out right now, pop music, like Katy Perry and Justin Bieber. Is that right? You pretty much, you're prone to dismissing that type of music.
We're too young for that.
Yeah, you are. But remember, all music comes from the heart, from somewhere. And that music comes from God. All of it, not just a little bit. You don't get to pick and choose what God has blessed us with. He's blessed us with it all. Thank you very much.